at stage, I'd say stage 3 in steps of 10. What happened when we originally got this ship was, as you can see in the circumference, there were 13 square 10-inch by 10-inch holes, which were put into the ship for use in a telemovie in 1969 called City Beneath the Sea. This was used as an undersea building. As a result, the original was gutted of all of the mechanical workings, and subsequently the holes were put in, and the cockpit was sealed off, and most of the base damage was done, as well as the engine core being lost. As it stands now, all of the holes have been filled in and the angles have been returned to the ship. The interior fiberglass was covered in about a quarter-inch layer of dirt and grease from just, frankly, sitting in storage for the last 25 years. We're now at the point where we can actually start to do the final prep work to get the thing finished. Some interesting things that have been discovered. Originally, we'd thought that these two switches, or two entry points, were for power. In fact, how this ship worked was all of it was self-contained. That is to say, the miniature had its own self-contained power system, which was run from the two wood bases here and here. Now, to operate the ship, you would simply pull two wires to these two switches on the side, and you could turn on the fusion core lighting, and you could turn on and off the up and down system for the landing gear. The landing gear, of course, is missing. That now has to be fabricated. The fusion core was missing. That has been fabricated at this point, and we're now in the final prep stage to put in the lower window shutters. Now, the one thing that I've observed about this particular miniature was that throughout the run of Lost in Space, they never ever opened the lower windows, but there was some detailing in there. I've re-established that detailing, and now we're in the final throes of putting it back together again. The one sad thing is that so much of this ship, the originality of it, was destroyed just through the process of years. But perhaps the best news is the fact that most of it, in terms of the interior cockpit detail, has been kept. Anyhow, that's where we're at now. This is the original cockpit out of the Jupiter 2. When it was used in City Beneath the Sea, one of these consoles was ripped out and destroyed. Subsequently, a replacement has been made, and we're now in the final paint process of putting this back inside the miniature. But it's in fairly good condition. We're very lucky on this. This is a fairly bad core, but this is the restored fusion core. Using the original blueprints, this is a remake of the fusion.